evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's matchup between our guests, the Douglas Patriots, and your host, the Brookings Bobcats. The Brookings School District and our corporate partners, Hy-Vee Food Stores and Century Business Products, welcome you to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium and Bobcat football. As guests of SDSU and this stadium, we ask that you please show respect for the facility, players, coaches, officials, and everyone in attendance. This contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. We ask all in attendance to please take a moment for tonight's First Bank and Trust sportsmanship message.
20 people from Douglas.
Thank you for coming out to support our young people and HSAA sports. We all love those intense games, big moments, and memorable plays. So whether you are a parent, player, official, coach, or a fan, let's be a positive example of how to handle the highs and lows
first game,
of this
it wasn't
awesome sport.
as bad as I
Cheer
thought
for
it
your
would be,
players,
but it was not.
respect those around you, support the officials and coaches, and be fun to play with or sit next to. Enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, before our national anthem, we would like to recognize and show due appreciation to our military and first responders. We ask that anyone in attendance who has served or is currently serving in the military, as well as anyone who is or was a first responder, to please stand at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, our military and first responders, thank you for your service. We now ask that you join us as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by the Brookings High School senior Claire Strong. As a reminder, proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Let's meet the teams with our Avera Orthopedics starting lineups. First up, we have some special young athletes with us tonight, so let's hear it for the Brookings Youth Football Squad. The Brookings Youth Football Program is dedicated to providing a fun, safe, and welcoming environment for youth in grades 2nd through 6th as they learn the game of football. With over 100 kids and 20 coaches involved in the program and games on Saturday mornings from August to October, Brookings Youth Football is proud to be building our next generation of Bobcats. And now, here are your Bobcat cheerleaders. Lucy Simmonsma, Katie Marshall, Kate Struck, Bailey Tacroni, Layla Erickson, Cami Erickson, Brooklyn Ballas, Kennedy Ronning, Logan Griegel, Nisha Kulmo, Tiana McClemens, Holly Kuchenmeister, and their head coach, Hannah Simmonsma.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now,
Be tired by the
welcome
end of that.
Starting defensive
Stop in the middle,
for
bend
the
over.
Patriots. At defensive end, number 11, Jackson Montalvo. At defensive tackle, number 56, Ethan Hastings. At defensive tackle, number 55, Eli Christensen. At defensive end, number 0, Uriah Ponton. At linebacker, number 44, Carson Hicks. At linebacker, number 5, Peyton Sandel. At linebacker, number 5, Cale Allen. At cornerback, number 21, Josh Smith. At number 16, at cornerback, Alex Richters. At safety, number 7, Jack Copper. And at safety, number 45, Brody Stankowskis. Douglas is coached by Jacob Thibodeau, Randy Thibault, Tony Keene, Garrett Jameson, Paul Ferdinand, and head coach George Johnson. And now, here are your Brookings Bobcats starters. On offense, at left tackle, a senior, number 53, Ty Yeager. At left guard, a senior, number 60, Brady Caraway. At center, number 78, a senior, Dylan Reynolds. At right guard, number 71, a senior, Michael Nelson. At right tackle, a sophomore, number 50, Jackson Neff. At tight end, a senior, number 10, Bergen Tetzlaff. At fullback, a senior, number 22, Jay Harris. At running back, a senior, number 4, Gus Armenta. At wide receiver, a junior, number 14, Ezra Idom. At wide receiver, a junior, number 19, Kingston Schneider. And your quarterback, a senior, wearing the double ones, Gavin Anderson. The Bobcats are coached by Cole Ratterman, Tyler Schneider, Connor Landberg, Darren Moore, Brandon Lampe, Austin Koenig, Cole McEwen, Jim Van Blyman, Gus Miller, Carson Dugan, and head coach Carter Gordon. And finally, the officials for tonight's contest are referee Jason Mack, head linesman Kevin Canteen, umpire Jordan Sutton, back judge Greg Canteen, and line judge Monty Robinson.
This week they need a win. They just need a win. Mm-hmm. They've got Douglas, a winless team coming in. Not to say that anything's guaranteed, but that's good for your second to final game of the regular season. And then next week, if they win this week, a loss against Huron would be better than most, or not most, but a lot of wins
again
next week because you're your opponent. So it works out very well in your favor. The last 2 games of the regular season shaken out pretty well and looking to be positive for the Bobcats.
Exactly, and if Brookings does finish as the 8 and Huron stays 1 going into the playoffs, another positive would be you play them at home next week. No better really scouting than to play the team you're going to play first round of the playoffs.
Absolutely. They're about to get the captains out on the field for the coin toss. We'll take a look at your starting lineups here. First, for the Brookings Bobcats, we start first with the introduction of starting linemen. Brought to you by Back Alley Meats. It's the Where's the Beef introduction of starting linemen, brought to you by Back Alley Meats. The Bobcats go across that line. Left tackle, number 53, Ty Yeager, a 6', 215-pound senior. A left guard, number 60, Brady Caraway, a 5'11", 215-pound senior. And at center, number 78, Dylan Reynolds, a 6'1", 265-pound senior. Right guard, number 71, Michael Nelson, 6'2", 235-pound senior. And at right guard, Carson Laura is out with an injury, so filling in for him will be number 50, Jackson Neff, a 6', 185-pound sophomore. Again, number 50 for the Brookings Bobcats. That's your Where's the Beef? Introduction of starting linemen for the Bobcats, brought to you by Back Alley Meats. Other players are out there. At wide receiver, Kingston Schneider, number 19, a 5'11" and 160-pound junior. At tight end, Bergen Tetzloff, a 6'5", 234-pound senior, number 10. Number 19 is Kingston Schneider, if I didn't mention that. Looks like the Bobcats won the toss and deferred. And I think they did. They won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they'll kick off to start things off, and they've chosen the south end to defend. And they'll be going right to left from our vantage point here at the press box in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. Let's continue the starting lineups for the Brookings Bobcats. Another wide receiver, Ezra Idem, number 14. He is a 5'11", 165-pound junior. Running back, Gus Armenta, number 4, 5'10", 185-pound senior. And another running back, they go with Jay Harris generally. They could name about 4 running backs and they could all start, but they go with Jay Harris at the fullback spot. He's a 6', 205-pound senior, number 22. And who did I forget? Gavin Anderson, the quarterback, back in there, been out a couple of weeks with and being filled in by Jones Hunnemer, but the Gavin Anderson, the original starting quarterback for the season, is back out there. He's a 6', 180-pound senior and number 11. Bobcats out there ready to kick here soon. They're in their black uniforms, black jerseys, black pants, white numbers and letters, red helmets with the number on the left, the white number. Actually, the white number is on the right, and the left would be the claw mark emblem for the Bobcats. And everybody's got pink on tonight. Of course, it is October. And Douglas wearing their white uniforms with black numbers and black and red trim, white helmets with black and red stripe down the middle, and their red logo on the side. They'll be going left to right here from our vantage point. Moments away from kickoff here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Drew Johnson has it teed up on the 40 on the right hash. Here's his kick. It's a line drive kick over the heads of the deep backs into the end zone for a touchback. So a touchback on the first kick for the Brookings Bobcats. Their defense out there first. Again, a big game for the Bobcats tonight when power points becoming very important this time of year. They're just ahead of Aberdeen Central, just behind Watertown, and Brookings sitting in that 8th spot right now. 8th and final spot for the playoffs. Douglas goes with 4 wide, 2 to either side, a pistol set for the quarterback. Connor Wright, There's the snap, a little misdirection, they hand it off, and they faked it to one of the H-backs. They hand it off right up the middle. Peyton Sandall, I believe, was with the one with the carry. Yes, it is Peyton Sandall, number 22. 5'10", 175-pound senior. And it's going to be a gain of about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Douglas Patriots. I'd like to say thanks to Pepsi for being a sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. A beautiful night here in Brookings. Our temp of the game brought to you by Active Heating. 60 degrees, feels like 57. And hand off left side to Sandall. Nothing doing. Going to be hit and driven back. First one there was Bergen Tetzloff. Also helping was Cash Sather. So let's see, winds tonight up to 15-mile-per-hour gusts. Wait, that's today. So up to 17-mile-per-hour gusts with an 8-mile-per-hour west-southwest wind. It's your temp of the game. Brought to you by Active Heating at the start of tonight's ball game here. Inside 11 minutes to go, just underway. After the loss, it's going to be 3rd and 12, a loss of 3 on the play. So 4 wide, 4 Douglas once again, and the pistol is right. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, and throws on the run. Picked off! Tetzloff has it. He's going to be all the way for a touchdown. It's a pick 6. As he picked his way down the sideline, good blocking out in front of him, almost like it was a set-up offensive play. And it's a pick 6 for Bergen Tetzlaff from just over 20 yards out. And the Bobcats are on the board just like that.
Just when you think you have just enough to get it over him, you just don't. Again, coming in at 6'5", it's just, again, crazy. Bergen to jump up, almost kind of tipped it to himself, and then just had open field. Not a bad way to start off the game. Bergen was probably hoping to score offensively, but I'm sure he'll take a pick 6 as well to start the game.
Absolutely. Just couldn't get it over the 6'5" kid. Rangy, long arms, and athletic as well. So he went up to get it. The kick is no good, though, for Drew Johnson. So it will be 6-0 after the missed extra point. A pick 6 for Bergen Tetzlaff starts the scoring in this one at 6-0 Brookings. They'll kick it back to Douglas when we return in 30 seconds. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. All right, the Bobcats, didn't they just do this? They're kicking off to the Douglas Patriots.
Yeah.
They're going to do it again. Drew Johnson has it teed up on the 40, kicking right to left. After the pick 6 by Bergen Tetzlaff, it is 6-0 and a missed extra point. And it's a kick that bounces across the 10 and into the end zone, another touchback. And Douglas will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20. 10:33 to go here in the first quarter. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction, sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Rolling to his right on the previous play, Connor Wright tried to loft it over Bergen Tetzlaff. You have to loft it a little more than that. He just got his hand on it, tipped it, and brought it down to himself.
And he was about to get sacked too, so it was one of those things where, he was trying to get rid of the ball, not sure if getting taken down had anything to do with it, but yes, not enough to get it over that 6'5" frame of Bergen.
And off to Sandahl. He's stopped for no gain right at the 20-yard line. Job at the front of that Brookings Bobcats defense, not giving any holes for Sandahl to run through. So it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up. As we mentioned, the defense has been playing well over the past few weeks, even though they were losing. They just couldn't get the offense rolling. Got it going a little bit more last week against Yankton than they did the previous week against T. But both of those games, they gave up all the points they gave up in the first half and figured out.
On the road too. It's one of those things. You're playing 2 of the top 5 teams in the state, and you're on the road. So yes, difficult situations, but they still did okay.
Sandahl with the pitch out. He's going to be taken down as Steven Anowski was right there and took him down for a big loss. Steven Anowski has made a lot of big plays for this defense this year. Anowski, 6'2", 205-pound senior defensive end, number 36. We're inside 9.5 to go here, first quarter. We got 2 wide. Here's the snap, a high one. He hands it off to his running back, who is going to be hit, bounce off a tackler, get to the 15, a gain of about 2. Blake Canigator there to initiate the tackling process. It's Cale Allen with the run, the 5'10", 150-pound junior running back, number 5. A gain of just 2 brings up 4th and about 15. So punt upcoming. Hayden Wright's number 12, the punter, standing inside his own 5. The snap will come from the 15. Snap at the 2. And a kick. Spiral kick bounces at about the 36 across the 40 and out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. About a 26-yard punt. So the Bobcats will have tremendous field position to start this drive. They're going to put it at the 42, I guess. But still fantastic field position for the Bobcats. Their first time on offense, leading 6-0.
And they should be fresh.
Yeah, pretty good to spot.
Standing on the sidelines for.
You can spot your offense 6 points on the first possession of the ball game. That's pretty nice. 8:30 to go, first quarter here. Jay Harris, the H-back in motion left to right, 2 wide receivers to the right, the far side of the field. A handoff to Armenta, who has nowhere to go. He's going to lose 3 on the play as there were a host of Douglas Patriots in there to take him down. First one there was 56, Ethan Hastings. Number 55, Eli Christensen, was also there, among others.
And that was what Coach George Johnson said they wanted to do. They wanted to stop the run and see, obviously, how many times they could get 3 and outs just to help Douglas momentum, not be on the field so long defensively. So first play of the game to stop the run to -3 is exactly what Coach Johnson wanted to do.
And you heard Coach Carter talking about execution by the O-line for Brookings. Pitch out to Armenta. He's got a little room. He's around the edge. He's across the 45, the 40, 35, out of bounds on the near sideline at the 30-yard line. A gain of 15, and they get all the yards back, plus enough for a first down, plus a couple more than that, down to the 30, a 15-yard gain. Got Armenta out on the edge, and when you do that, he can move. One of his best runs of the season right there. Down to the 30, a first down for the Bobcats. I want to say thanks to Bo's Construction for being a sponsor of high school sports. 2 wide to the right of Gavin Anderson. That's the far side of the field, the wide side. H-back left. Armenta next to him in the backfield. Pitch out into the flat, and he's got his man who falls down. That was Ezra Idom, who just lost his footing before he could even get upfield. And there to help him to the ground was number 45, Brody Slankoskis. 5'8", 150-pound junior defensive back. So it's another loss on first down for the Bobcats. 2nd and 13 coming up. Ball back on the 33. They've got to get to the 20 for a first down. They'll go 4 wide. 2 to either side. And the pistol is Gavin Anderson. I believe that is Ben Schulte behind him. There's the snap. And he's going to run it. May have been a designed sneak right up the gut. He's not going to have much room. He's powering his way back to the original line of scrimmage at the 30 and taken down by Ethan Hastings and thrown back. He'll get forward progress to the 30. So they gain the 3 back that they lost on first down, or on second down rather. And it is 3rd and 10. So 4 wide again, same set for the Bobcats. Tetzloff in the slot to the right of Anderson, who's in the pistol with Schulte behind him. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Anderson goes deep for Tetzloff. He has him. Tetzloff breaks a tackle at the 5 and is into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. First one on offense. And just like that, 12-0 Bobcats with 6:15 to go in the first quarter.
Great throw from Anderson, too, just right on the money. Excellent 3rd down play. And again, one-on-one trying to tackle Bergen Tetzloff. I'd say 9 out of 10 times it's probably not going to go your way. So good effort there, but Bergen, again, just too strong from the 2. Kind of a little stiff arm to, like you say, score a 2nd touchdown of the game. 1 offensively, 1 defensively.
It's 12-0. Got to 3rd and long. And it didn't matter. They're going to go for 2. They're in the Wildcat. Tetzloff gets the snap, heavy left. He runs left, just kind of zigzags his way easily, almost like he was just out on a Sunday drive, zigzagging all over the road. And he's into the end zone for an easy 2. And that gets back the point they missed, the previous missed extra point. It is 14-0 Brookings. 6:15 to go in the first quarter. They'll kick it back to Douglas when we return. It's Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Fourteen to nothing Brookings with 6:15 to go in the first quarter. They get a pick 6, and then they get a long pitch and catch from Gavin Anderson to Bergen-Tetzlaff for their second touchdown. They get the 2-point conversion after missing the extra point on the first touchdown and make it 14-0. The frozen rope across the 15, bounces inside the 5, and trickles into the end zone, almost dangerous.
Getting close to it. Just stop right at the line.
Cale Allen was like, should I pick this up or should I not? It finally trickled into the end zone. And it'll be a touchback, 1st and 10 from their 20 again for the Douglas Patriots, who have not been able to get anything going offensively.
No, and this is exactly how Brookings wanted to start this game. Again, they knew coming in Douglas hasn't won a game, and like Coach Gordon said, you can never overlook that, but still to come out too and put up 14 points here real quick offensively and defensively to just set the tone and not make it a close game, and hopefully they can continue this because still obviously a lot of football left, but to put 14 points up halfway through the first is exactly what Brookings wanted to do to start this game.
Man from the left slot came in motion. We've got a flag. It's going to be a procedure penalty,
Offense,
I believe.
number 69. 5-yard penalty.
Is.
First down.
So moving back 5 yards, it'll be 1st and 15. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System for being a sponsor of high school sports here. 6:15 to go, first quarter. Bobcats lead 14-0. Douglas with the ball back. 1st and 15 from their own 15. Four wide, 2 to either side, pistol set, right. Awaits the snap. We got a man in motion again, and a flag and whistle again.
Snap infraction.
Tried to run the same play
Offense,
and got the same
72.
penalty.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Maybe just leave everybody set on this one.
And that was another thing Coach Johnson said before the game, trying to minimize the penalties. He said there's been a few games this year where it has just killed them, having way too many, especially there. You just had one, so you would, I guess, kind of hope you had figured it out before the next play, but to have them on back-to-back plays, you're just giving yourself terrible first down starting position here. Well, now looking at 1st and 20.
Ball back on the 10. Same set. They leave everybody set. Nobody in motion. Right back to pass. Throws out to the far sideline. And too tall, too far out in front of his intended receiver. That is Brody Slankoskis, number 45. But an incomplete pass, and it's 2nd and 20. 6:11 to go. Clock stops after the incompletion. It's been a slow first quarter because Brookings has scored so quickly. They had the pick 6. They scored pretty quickly on their offensive drive. Kicked off 3 times already. Man in motion. There's the snap. High right gets it. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it. And he's going to run to the right. He's going to be taken down by Kingston Schneider inside the 10. That'll be a loss. Looked like he had some room. Kingston Schneider did a good job of closing the gap and making a good open field tackle. Looked like a good read and looked like he was going to have some room.
Yeah,
Kingston
like you
Schneider
said,
came up and just
had room going to the right. Yeah, just a great one-on-one tackle by Kingston to now 3rd and 21. Just pinned back at your own 9. So again, Brookings will start with excellent field position if Douglas isn't able to convert here on 3rd and 21.
I don't think Douglas has gotten beyond their own 25-yard line on offense. 3 wide, 2 to the near side. That's the short side of the field for Wright, who's in the pistol. He's got an H-back right as well. One lone man wide to the far side. Running around Wright, in trouble, throws the ball up, and almost picked again. Jones, Hunnemer misjudged it, or he would have had an easy interception. He's upset with himself. That would have been his 4th of the year as well, but he's unable to come up with it. He'll have to punt it over to the Bobcats.
Just jumped, it looked like about a half second too soon. He saw that thing coming pretty much right to him. Just a mistimed jump. So like you said, he's probably upset with himself after that one.
Could have backpedaled and just played it like a punt.
Yeah.
That's how high he threw that thing. It's a punt. A punt situation. Ball at the 9. And punter Caden Wright standing in his own end zone. A high snap. He gets it. And it's blocked. The punt is blocked. It's loose in the end zone. Falling onto the Bobcats. Another non-offensive touchdown for Brookings. I didn't see who fell on it.
Still don't know. Looks like they're all going.
Is that Phoenix Sather? Phoenix Sather.
I think so.
The senior fell on it. I didn't see who got a hand on it either, but it was blocked. And the Bobcats fall on it to get their 3rd touchdown of the early game here. 20-0, 5:07 to go in the first quarter. That may have been Bergen Tetzloff who got the block. Been all over the field, offense, defense, and special teams. Drew Johnson waiting for the kick here, the extra point. Snap and hold are good. The kick this time is good. It is 21-0 Brookings over Douglas. 5:07 to go in the first quarter. Bobcats will kick it once again back over to Douglas, that is, the Patriots, when we return. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. 21 rip. Bobcats lead. 5:07 to go in the first quarter. They've scored on a pick six on the first offensive possession for Douglas. Scored quickly on offense with a pass to Bergen Tetzloff. And then they get a block punt in the end zone and fall on it. And it's 21-0.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you wanted your offense to kind of relax tonight, so far they've been able to do that, like you mentioned. Only 3 rushing attempts for the Bobcats, that one Bergen on the 2-point conversion, and then Gavin's thrown 2 passes, one of them being that 30-yard touchdown. So offense has not been out there hardly at all tonight, but like you mentioned, when your defense has a pick six, you're blocking punts for touchdowns, and you've got 21 points here just halfway through the first. I know Coach Gordon's not too upset down there the way this game started.
Drew Johnson's kick was high and deep, bounced at the 1 and into the end zone for a touchback once again. They've all been touchbacks so far. And Douglas starting on their 20 once again. We'll say thanks to Anderson Insurance for being a sponsor. High school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. 4 wide for the Patriots. Connor Wright in the pistol. There's the snap, looking to his left. Throws over the middle, picked off by Tetzloff, who may have another pick six. Yeah. Reads his block, and he is gone. That one from over 25 yards, and it is 27-0 Brookings with just under 5 to go in the first quarter. Yikes. An onslaught.
Now it's going to be the point of, can anybody keep up with Bergen Tetzloff scoring touchdowns?
No kidding. It's third one already. And the band is going to need oxygen by halftime at this rate.
The band is going to get tired. Drew's leg's going to get a little sore. Now you got to start looking into when do you preserve some of your guys' energy, because 28 zip here with 4:58 left to go still in the first quarter.
Can't get the clock moving because they're scoring too quickly. The extra point is good once again. 28-0 Brookings. 4:58 to go in the first quarter. They'll kick it once again back to Douglas. When we return, Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. The Brookings Bobcats are rolling 28-0. 4:58 to go. We are still in the first quarter.
And the offense still gets to sit down. I'm sure every time it gets to third down, they're probably excited and ready to come in. And then it's been blocked punt, 2 pick sixes. So, I mean, 3 out of the 4 times they've had a chance to come out onto the field, it just goes downhill for them because the defense and special teams continue to score.
Kick taken at the 9 by Cale Allen. Takes it out across the 20 to the 25. Spun down. He didn't go down. He was still up. Gets out to the 28-yard line. It's about a 19-yard return on the kick. First one that's been returned, and the best field position of the game for Douglas here at the 28-yard line. Yeah, when you score 2 defensive and 1 special teams touchdown and 1 on offense, then you're not going to have to use much of the clock. And we've got just under 5 to play in this first quarter, and it's 28-0 Brookings.
And you know the defense is probably letting the offense hear it down there saying, hey guys, we'll just keep scoring. You guys just keep standing on the sideline.
Remember when you'd make up games in the backyard? You were playing football.
Oh, yeah.
This is how games would go. Like,
For sure.
You're
scoring every way possible.
Yeah, you were making it up, and
Yep.
this is about just the same thing. Pass out on the far sideline, going to be errant, as throwing on the run was new quarterback Jack Coper in there. 5'9", 150-pound junior, number 7, throwing on the run. And his intended receiver was Brody Slankoskis. Incomplete, 2nd and 10 coming up. I'm not sure if there was an injury or they just switched out the quarterback to try to mix it up a little bit. In the pistol. And he's going to tuck it and try to run. He didn't have anywhere to go. He's going to be sacked. Taken down by Steven Anowski coming off that right end. Going to be a loss of 3. And they'll bring up 3rd and 13. Anowski playing tough D here tonight. Couple tackles for loss, now a sack. We've got 4:15 and counting to go. The clock running has been an oddity in this first quarter. 28-0 Brookings. 2 defensive touchdowns, 2 pick sixes, both by Bergen Tetzloff. Then a blocked punt in the end zone. I believe Tetzloff got a hand on it. And then Phoenix fell on it. And their lone offensive touchdown was a pass to Bergen Tetzloff from Gavin Anderson. We've got a timeout on the field by the Douglas Patriots. We'll take it with them. 3:54 to go in the first quarter. A 3rd and 13 for Douglas when we return. Ball on their own 25. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Appreciate you being along. 3:54, just under 4 to play in this first quarter still, and it is 28-0 Brookings. They've been scoring fast and furious here in this first half. So we're going to go with 2 backs in the backfield and under center now for Jack Coper. 2 wide, 1 to either side. And we've got movement. Not sure who they're going to call out on the offense or the defense. Anowski came across. Also moving Siler Merrill, the left tackle. Number 50 for Douglas. And they're going to call offside on Brookings. So instead of 3rd and 13, it'll be 3rd and 8. Ball at the 30. They've got to get to the 38-yard line. And they'll stick with the same set. Will the Douglas Patriots? Looks like it'll be the same play. Here's the snap, and then you go pitch out, and the ball's on the turf, and the Bobcats may have fallen on it. The intended recipient of the pitch, I believe, was Carson Hicks, but he may have been looking to block. The Bobcats come away with it. I didn't see who fell on it, but one of the Bobcats defenders got on it, and they've got great field position again. Ball at the 27-yard line.
I think they said it was recovered, if I heard correctly,
By Bergen Tetzloff. That would stand to. I should have just guessed. Say tonight especially, he's been everywhere. 2 wide to the far side of the field. That's to the right of Anderson. He's got 2 backs in the backfield with him. Harris to his left, and behind him, Armenta.
And the offense was probably just pleased to see they didn't return that fumble for a touchdown.
Armenta off the left tackle. He's got plenty of room across the 20 down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 10 there. Got just to the line to gain. That'll be a first down. They move the sticks. I want to say thanks to Brookings School District for being a sponsor of sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. We're just under 3.5 minutes to play. We are still in the first quarter. We started on time, I swear.
Yeah, no delays, nothing.
And it is 7:32, and we're still in the first quarter. 28-0 Bobcats. They flip the set here. Harris in motion from left to the right side of the quarterback Anderson. Hand off to Armenta. Right up the gut. He's picking his way and lowers his shoulder. Forces his way across the 10. They're going to put it, I think, at about the 9. That'd be a gain of 8. The 2nd and 2. Yep, 2nd and 2. Tip of the ball at the 9. We put it on the left hash. Getting word from one of my spotters that the punt was blocked, we believe, by Blake Canigator in the end zone. I just assumed it was Berg and Tetzlaff.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blake. Here's the snap to Anderson. Hands it off to Armenta. Got room on the right side, lowers his shoulder. He's across the 5 to the 4. Has plenty for a first down for the 2nd and 2. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4. Gain of 5. The Bobcats. Will they go into the...
I know, I see Gavin still out there, so they're not going into the
Wildcat
push quite yet.
I thought maybe
they
they
do something different with.
Thought maybe they'd just be using the play clock here, the way this game's been going. Start going into your run some time off offensive sets. 2 wide to the near side to the left of Anderson. Gus Armenta to his left as Anderson's in the gun. Harris, the H-back right, in motion now to the left side. Hand off to Armenta. Hit right away, taken down for a loss of about 3. Back at the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7. So that offensive line execution, they started this drive with a couple good runs. Left the defense through for a good stop there. Seems to be getting out on the edge has been there.
Yeah, the 2 that he's tried to go up the middle, both losses of 3. His other 4, like you had mentioned, if he can get outside, he's got runs of 5, 8, 10, and then that 1 for 15, the longest of the night.
Yeah, those have been more effective. Hand off to Otto Eidsness inside the 5. Sidesteps a tackle. He's into the end zone. Another touchdown for the Bobcats. 34-0. A minute 2 to go in the first quarter. Wow. And there's the band again. Pretty much a concert here tonight.
Like you said, they're going to need oxygen or water or something because they've been playing a lot tonight, which again is a good thing, but they probably didn't expect to be playing this much in the first quarter, let alone all night.
And the extra point for Drew Johnson is good. 35-0 Brookings, 1:02 to go first quarter. The Bobcats will kick it again back to Douglas when we return. It's Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. We are not through the first quarter yet. A minute 2 to go. It's maybe the longest first quarter I've ever been a part of.
Just over a half hour, yeah. That's a long quarter. Usually you can get almost a half in by then, but when you're putting up 35 points, it's going to take a while. But again, Coach Gordon would say he doesn't care how long the first quarter takes as long as they continue to score like this.
Drew Johnson's kick is caught in the end zone for a touchback. Joshua Smith back there to field it, but it'll be 1st and 10. Ball brought out to the 20 for Douglas once again. 1:02 to go. 35-0 Brookings. They've just been scoring at will. 2 pick sixes, blocked punt in the end zone, blocked by Blake Canigator, fell on by Phoenix Sather. Bergen Tetzloff has the 2 pick sixes. He's got the touchdown reception. And that's how we've gotten to 35-0. A receiver to either side. And pitch out to the left. Not much doing. Going to pick up maybe a yard. Cash Sather in on the tackle along with Bergen Tetzloff and Jay Harris. Carry was made by Carson Hicks, number 44, 5'10", 200-pound senior. May have picked up about a half a yard there. 2nd and 9.5 coming up. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's going to end. It is going to happen.
We do have to run a play still. Hold on.
3 wide. 2 to the near side. That's the wide side to the right of Coper. And his pass out to the right side is tipped away by Harris.
Clock will stop.
Owen Moninger, the intended receiver. Jay Harris there to tip it away. Incomplete. So 17 seconds to go in this first quarter. 3rd and about 9.5 coming up. Jack Coper, the backup quarterback in the game. As Douglas just trying to look for something, anything to get some momentum. Heading into the end of the first quarter, almost at halftime. It should be about halftime.
You got
And a whistle and a stoppage. An equipment issue maybe. As number 54, Thane Rath, the left guard, is running off the field. He'll be replaced. And looks like something with his helmet. High backfield behind Coper. He's going to hand it off to the fullback. Taken down by Blake Canigator, also there to help out Zach Hageman. And the carry was made by Carson Hicks once again. Picks up a couple tough yards. 4th and about 7 coming up. 4th and about 7.5. Maybe 8. Nope, that's the end of the first quarter. It happened. We'll take a 60-second break. 35-0 Brookings. And it is a 4th and 7 for the Patriots when we return for the second quarter in 60 seconds. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Whether it's fresh meats or floral, pharmacy or bakery, catering, gas or groceries, your friendly neighborhood Hy-Vee has you covered. Proud to serve Brookings and proud to support the Bobcats. Hy-Vee, a friendly smile in every aisle.
I try to spread it around, but I don't know. I just don't see any way we're not going to be able to give it to him tonight. Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. A 4th and 7 for the Patriots. Ball on their own 23. And their punter, number 12, Caden Wright, standing on his own 10-yard line. And we're going to get a whistle before the snap and a flag from the near sideline. Both sidelines, actually.
Full start. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Movement on the Patriots.
4th down.
They'll back them up 5 yards and repunt it. Jude Meandering, one of the deep backs, along with Ben Schulte. Will return the punt, standing near midfield. And Wright standing inside his own 5 now. 18 the snap came from, and it's fair caught and dropped by Meandering. He falls on it at the 44-yard line. We've got a flag foul flying in as well, as Meandering had called for a fair catch, mishandled it, did fall on it, and we've got a flag to figure out. The referee's conferencing at about the 45-yard line, trying to figure out where to go from here.
Illegal block in the black. Return team.
So
10 yards.
Must have known it was something on them. They headed
First
way
down.
back to, it looks like, about the 30.
We'll be back in their own territory now, so instead of 1st and 10 on the 44 of Douglas, it'll be 1st and 10 on the 46 of Brookings. So still good field position. 11:52 to go in the second quarter. 35-0, Brookings with the lead. Two wide to the far side of the field, the wide side for Anderson to his left. Harris to his left, and behind him is Ben Schulte. There's the snap. Pitch it out to Schulte. Left side, he's got a good block from Harris. He cuts it across midfield. Hit, spun around, and his momentum is stopped at about the 47. Gain of about 7 there. Will bring up 2nd and 3.
Ball carried by number 28, Ben Schulte.
Ball
Coverage on the
is,
play
we're
by
going to put it
number
back on
21,
the
Josh Smith for a gain
47.
of 7, 11:42.
So that's still 2nd and 3. We've got 11:35 and counting to go in the first half here. Same set for the Bobcats. The left side is now the short side of the field, though, as the ball's on the left hash. There's the snap. Hand off to Schulte. He's got room. Makes a tackler miss across the 40 to 35. Makes another tackler miss. Out in the open across the 20. And breaks another tackle. Stumbles into the end zone. 47-yard scamper
Ball
touchdown
carried by number
for
28,
Ben
Ben
Schulte.
Schulte for a Brookings Bobcats.
And it is
touchdown.
41-0 Brookings with 11:07 to go in this first
Johnson
half.
back to kick.
What a run for Ben Schulte. Made 2 tacklers missed, slipped another, and finally that last one got enough of him to make him stumble, but he dives into the end zone for the score.
And he's another guy, too, that he's just hard to bring down. I mean, you might look at him 5'9", not the biggest guy, but man, when he gets in the open field, he's pretty quick, too. Maybe not quite the speed as Gus, but Ben's still quick, but again, he's just hard to take down. Just out there, made a couple guys miss. Almost got brought down at about the 5 as he was coming down, leaped in from about the 2 to get in for the 47-yard touchdown.
The extra point for the Bobcats is good. 42-0. Brookings with the lead. We've got a couple of flags flying after the kick here. There may have been a little skirmish. We'll get the call here from our head referee, Jason Mack, after the referees talk about it for a second. 11:07 to go, second quarter. 42-0 Brookings over Douglas. And referees hashing this out. Here we go.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 21. It'll be assessed on kickoff.
It was unnecessary roughness. I believe I
That
heard number
Bobcat
21,
drive
Josh
covered
Smith,
54
be assessed on the
yards,
kickoff.
2 plays.
And we'll be back to that in 30 seconds. The Bobcats lead big 42-0 over Douglas. 11:07 to go in the second quarter. Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Brookings Bobcats. That Bobcat touchdown means another $50 into this Central Bank Touchdown Countdown Scholarship Fund. The fund is now at $800.
Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. So after the unsportsmanlike personal foul penalty on Douglas, the Bobcats will be teeing it up on the 45 of the Patriots. Drew Johnson got a big leg anyway, so let's see if he plays a little game here and tries to get it to go through the uprights. Teed up center of the field. A kick from Drew. High and deep, And short and left of the goalpost, but in the back of the end zone for a touchback. Once again, Douglas will be starting from their own 20, going right to left from our vantage point here in the second quarter in the press box at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. 42-0. Bobcats have done everything right here tonight. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets for being a sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
And only 12 total plays for the Bobcats, too, here in the first half. But like you've mentioned, when you've scored so many times defensively, special teams, blocked punts, I mean, the offense hasn't really been out there a whole lot. So to put up 42 points off of 12 offensive plays, again, like we have mentioned, the defense has been playing so well, and they are proving it here tonight.
Handoff, Sandall right side, nothing doing. He's gang tackled. Zach Hageman was there. Phoenix Sather was there, among others.
Ball carried by number 22.
It's going to be a loss. 2nd and 11 coming up. Maybe Patriots just unable to get anything going offensively.
Correction, loss of.
Giving up 2 pick sixes. Had a punt blocked in the end zone and they fell on it for a touchdown. And 2 offensive touchdowns for the Bobcats now as well. We're out to the right side. Harris there on the coverage. It's incomplete as he knocked it away, or it fell loose at the end. He was behind the intended receiver, Brody Slankoskis. And it falls to the turf, incomplete. Nice job by Harris, making contact as soon as the ball got there, jostling it loose. Second pass defensed, or Harris on the night. 3rd and 11 coming up. 10:23 to go, second quarter. Running clock doesn't start until the second half. 42-0 Brookings. 4 wide, 2 to either side in the pistol. There's the snap to the quarterback. It's passed out to the left side and tipped up in the air and almost intercepted. There to make the tip was Donovan Davis. And Jones Huntemer also in the area off of Coper's pass.
Jones was there for that one, and then was not upset with the deflection, but again, he's been super close on a couple of those interceptions. I'm sure he'll get one here by the end of the night.
Hey, Donovan, don't tip that. I would have caught that. Come on, man. Incomplete, 4th and 11. Ball on the 19-yard line of Douglas. Meandering back deep, along with Owen Whiteeyes. Would have been for the first time. We've got a timeout on the field, though, by the Douglas Patriots. With 10:18 to go, 4th and 11 for Douglas. And when we come back in 30 seconds, Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. 42-0 Brookings. 10:18 to go here. A punt upcoming for the Douglas Patriots. Ball on the 19. Punter, right, standing on his own 7-yard line. Meandering, and Schulte back deep. And a high, short kick. Fair caught at the 47 by Ben Schulte. 27-yard punt.
Punt by number 12, Caden Wright. Is fair caught by number 28, Ben Schulte. It'll be Bobcats.
28-yard punt, make that.
10.
Check my math.
37-yard.
But you're a great field position for the Bobcats here. 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line of the Douglas Patriots. 10-12 to go. First half, 42-0 Brookings. I want to say thanks to Century 21 Krogman and Company for being a sponsor here. Bobcats going to go 2 wide to the far side of the field to the left of Anderson. That's the wide side of the field. Anderson in the gun. Arment to do his left, and H-back, that's Harris to the right. Here's the snap. Quick pass out into the flat. They get it to Item. Makes a man miss across the 40. He's got speed down the far sideline. And finally dragged down. He's going to stumble inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. 40-yard gain. First down for the Bobcats. They're in the red zone. Ball at the, where they're going to put it now? The 14. So a 34-yard gain. They're going to say he stepped out before he went down inside the 10. So 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Big gain for the Bobcats. Sets them up for a possible other score. 42-0. They lead already with 10:03 to go. Two backs in the backfield with Anderson. He pitches it out right for Armenta. Has some good lead blocking. We're going to get a flag. Armenta gets bumped out at the 1-yard line. It would be a gain of 13, but I think it's coming back on a hold call.
Flag on the play.
That was Harris who's going to get tagged with it, but he didn't even need to do it. No. Armenta had the room anyway. I don't think they called it on Harris, though.
They said it was on 50, Jackson Smith.
Yeah. Either way, he had room. Nobody needed to hold at that point down the field.
When he gets outside,
he
can let him
quick.
go. Yep.
So it'll be first down back at the 22-yard line. Got to get to the 4 for a first down. So 1st and 18. Too wide. Handoff to Armenta right up the gut. Lowers his shoulder. Taken down inside the 20. Took a hard hit there. I believe that was Eli Christensen who hit him.
Ball carried by number 4, Gus Armenta, and tackled by number 5, Cale Allen.
Cale Allen came in and helped as well. 9.5 to go, first half. I want to say thanks to Kelly Odegaard, Best Choice Real Estate, sponsoring high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Inside 9.5 to go, the Bobcats lead 42-0. 2nd and 15 coming up here. Ball at the 19-yard line. Too wide to the near side to the right of Anderson. He hands it off to Armenta, who has no room. Taken down. First one there was number 56, Ethan Hastings. Also coming in to help was number 22, Peyton Sandall.
Ball carried by number 4, Gus Armenta, and tackled by number 22.
Good stop by the defensive line
3rd and 20.
and linebackers of the Douglas Patriots. 3rd and long coming up here. Ball at the 22. Back to 18 to gain for a first down, 3rd and 18. Too wide to the near side, same set for the Bobcats. H back left, that's Harris. Armenta the running back, next to Anderson. Here's the snap. Back to pass, looking to his right, throwing down the seam, man wide open, Item for a touchdown. 22 yards. And the Bobcats strike again, 48-0. 8:17 to go in the second quarter. That was one of the keys of the game. Coach George Johnson talked about in the pregame interview. First stopping the run and then don't let them behind you. They've done that a few times already, as that's the second long touchdown pass for the Bobcats.
Yeah, everything that Coach Johnson had kind of said Douglas had been working on or wanted to do tonight, unfortunately has not gone their way, like you had mentioned. Stopping the run hasn't really done that. You know, we've seen Gus, he's got 8 carries, 32 yards, but then Schulte had that 47-yard touchdown, minimizing the penalties. And we've seen Douglas have quite a few of those. So again, it's frustrating when you kind of have these things that you want to do, whether you do win or lose, but a lot of those keys to success that Coach Johnson wanted, unfortunately Douglas has not done here through the first quarter and a half.
49-0 Brookings. They'll kick it back to Douglas when we come back. 8:17 to go in the second quarter. Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Covey Sports Bar and Grill. There have been 7 touchdowns scored, all by the Brookings Bobcats. 49-0, 8:17 to go in the second quarter. Drew Johnson has it teed up on the 40, kicking left to right from our vantage point here in the press box. Josh Smith and Cale Allen deep. Kick down the center. They're going to bounce past one of the deep backs. That was actually number 45, Brody Slankoskis, in there that time, but he lets it go past him into the end zone for a touchback. So first and 10 from their own 20 again for Douglas. 8:17 to go. Second quarter, all Brookings here. I want to say thanks to Modern Woodman for being a sponsor of sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Patriots, first and 10 on their own 20, looking to get anything going here. You can just kind of see it in their body language. They're not enjoying it right now.
Not at all. And again, it's one of those things where you've been on a bus for 6 hours today, a long trip, and then you come here and not only were you on the bus for so long, excited for the game, but now you find yourself down 49-0 with still 8 minutes to go here before half.
A rollout pass on the play action, rolling to his left and throwing to Brody Slankoskis. Was the quarterback Jack Coper. Picks up 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. They're going to give him 8. 2nd and 2 coming up. Ball at the 28-yard line. Generous spot. Looked like he came down on the 27. I don't think we need to quibble about that right now. Coming up on 7.5 to go. 4 wide. 2 to either side for Coper in the pistol. And a high snap, he goes to get it, running to his right, and going to throw on the run into danger, and almost got it to his receiver, and almost tipped away by Owen Whiteeyes. Also Ezra Item out there on the coverage, but almost coming down with it. It was number 2, Owen Moninger. Somehow he dropped it in there, and Moninger got a hand on it, but unable to bring it in. It's a tough throw out, rolling to his right. He almost was very accurate, just couldn't get it completed. 3rd and 2 to go here. In the pistol, Coper. Here's the snap. Hands it off to his running back, and it's hit right away, taken down immediately by Blake Canigator. On the carry was Carson Hicks, but he loses a couple. 4th and 4 coming up. Nice job by Blake Canigator knifing into the backfield of the Patriots and coming up with a stop. So punting again are the Patriots. Ball on the 26. Caden Wright standing on about his own 13. Meandering and Schulte. Jude Meandering, Ben Schulte, the deep men for Brookings, standing on their own 44. There's a kick off the side of the foot of Wright, and it's going to go out of bounds in Brookings territory at the 48-yard line. About a 22-yard punt, and fantastic field position once again for Brookings. And they don't need it. Patriots keep helping them out. Just can't seem to get anything going here. 6:43 to go in the first half. 49-0. The Bobcats on pace to score 98 in this one. I don't think we'll see it happen, but that's the pace. 2 wide to the near side. That's to the right of Anderson. Ben Schulte next to him. As Anderson's in the gun, and H-back left. That's Harris. Tight end is Canigator. Hand off to Schulte, right up the gut. Lowers his shoulder, stiff arm, and picks up a couple tough yards after contact to about the 38. It's a gain of about 7. Will bring up 2nd and 3. Say thanks to Perkins Storage and Transfer for being sponsors of high school sports here. Coming up on 6 to play first half. And all Bobcats here, 49-0. In the gun is Anderson. 2 wide to his left. Hands it off to Schulte. breaks an arm tackle, avoids another one, breaks through across the 35, into traffic, across the 30, down to the 27 or 26-yard line. A gain of about 11 on the play. Nice running by Ben Schulte, making men miss and showing his power as well. We've got an injured player for the Douglas Patriots laying at about the 27-yard line. While they attend to him, we'll take a quick break. 5:57 to go. Brookings, 1st and 10 on the Patriots 26 when we come back, and Brookings leading 49-0. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. The injured player for Douglas is up and running off under his own power. That's good to see. It's number 11, Jackson Montalvo, 6'6", 185-pound senior D lineman. 5:57 to go. Brookings leads 49-0. Ball on the 26 of Douglas, 1st and 10. Jude meandering in the slot out to the left. And out wide for the Bobcats is Jackson Bastemeyer, number 18, 5'11", 160-pound junior, number 18. And it's a handoff to Schulte. Actually, I'm sorry, that's Mathis right up the gut, breaking tackles. Picks up about 9. Nice run by Mason Mathis, showing some power. His first carry, I believe, of the night. We'll bring up 2nd and 1. Mason Mathis, a 5'11", 185-pound senior, number 26. The H-back on this play is Wesley Mueller as well. Running back again, Mathis. Anderson in the gun. Mathis to his right. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Mathis, who's got room right up the gut. Makes the tackler miss, lowers his shoulder, and picks up some yards after contact inside the 5 to the 4. It's a gain of 13.
Ball carried for the Brookings Bobcats. First down by number 26, Mason Mathis. Tackled by number
33 on the tackle. That was Jericho Morgan, 5'9", 150-pound freshman who saved a touchdown. Mathis almost had his first one of the year.
Yeah, Mathis, very similar to Ben Schulte, just those power backs. They are tough to take down. And again, when they have that open field like that, but they're tough, but a good touchdown saving tackle. But if I had to guess, Brookings will find their way to the end zone here pretty soon.
Yeah, he looks about the same, you're right, as Schulte. Hand off to Mathis. He cuts it back against the grain, stumbles into the end zone, and the Bobcats are on the board once again. 55-0. Brookings has gone over the 50 mark in the first half. 4:11 to go in the second quarter. Brookings leads big. 55 rip, 4:11 to go here in the first half. Want to say thanks to Brookings Family Dentistry for being a sponsor. I think the band has given up on playing the fight song. Oh,
they're getting ready for the show.
Getting ready for the halftime already. 4:11 to go. It's like they're just tired. Called it a night. The extra point for the Bobcats is good. 56-0. Bobcats lead. 4:11 to go in the second quarter. They'll kick it to the Patriots when we come back. You're listening to Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
32 seconds, it was capped off by a 4-yard touchdown run by number 26, Mason Mathis. It's 56-0 for Brookings Bobcats. 4:11 in the second. That Bobcat touchdown reached over $50 in their Central Bank touchdown and scholarship fund. The fund is now at $900.
Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Beautiful night for football here in Brookings, SDSU campus, Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. Along with Alec Johnson, I'm Barry Hine. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks to Jeff Hine back in the Brookings Radio Sports Network studio for engineering, doing a great job back there. 59 degrees, feels like 55. With 4:11 to go in the first half. It's your active heating check on the temp. A high short kick bounces at the 16, a live ball, and it's trouble. The Bobcats could get on that, but I think somebody for the Patriots finally fell on it, and they did. Finally falling on it at the 20-yard line was number 45, Brody Slankoskis.
There have been a couple of those like tonight where Drew had booted them almost to the end, and they would kind of skim around the 2-3 yard line and then would trickle into the end zone. So again, some of those tricky ones when you're not sure who's going to catch it, where it's going to drop, and what kind of bounce it's going to take. So lucky for Douglas there, they were able to hop on it, because the last thing they need would have been to Brookings to recover a kick like that on their own 20-yard line.
56, nothing right now. The Bobcats lead. 4:10 to go, first half. Trips right, one to the left for Coper. Throws it over the middle on the run, incomplete, knocked away by Cash Sather, intended for Slankoskis, and it's incomplete. Nice job by Cash Sather, covering. And the pass defensed. Clock stops at 4:05 to go in the second quarter on the incompletion. Say thanks to Edward Jones, Mason Winterbore, sponsoring sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. The Bobcats have had their way here in the first half. 56-0, 4:05 to go. Second quarter. 4 wide, 2 to either side. Coper and the pistol. He goes high for the snap, hands it off for Sandahl, who's hit immediately, taken down. First one there was Zach Hageman. Second one to help was Blake Canigator. Cash Sather coming in to help clean up as well at the end. He's gang tackling by the Bobcats. Coming up on 3.5 to go. They're just pinning their ears back right now. And once you're up 56-0, that defense gets a lot of confidence.
Oh, for sure.
They're going to be there gang tackling, and they're going to be there defending every pass.
And like we said before the game, it's one thing to come out, and yes, this was a must-needed win for the Bobcats, but to not even keep it close, you kind of take that pressure off. Anything close to a winless team, pressure kind of starts to build. So the fact that they have come out and not had any of that pressure and just kind of made a statement that they were going to come in tonight, do everything they could offensively, defensively, special teams, and whatnot, we've seen here in the first half, like you mentioned, up 56-0.
It was a high snap for Coper. He went to get it and threw it out to his left, well short of his intended receiver, Slankoskis. Jay Harris there on the coverage. But it's 4th and 11. They'll punt it away again. Ball on the 20-yard line. Wright's standing on about his own 7. Back deep for the Bobcats, and on the snap, it's bobbled, and the punt is blocked, or maybe even the drop to the punt is blocked. A couple of Bobcats there. Canigator once again, Jay Harris as well. And I believe it was Otto Eidsness who got the recovery. And the Bobcats will have fantastic field position, to say the least. First and goal, their first play of the drive. How often do you see that?
Poor punter. I think there was, 4 Bobcats that just kind of lit into him and dropped the snap, which obviously never helps too, but then to look up and probably see 4 or 5 guys running at you with no time to get it punted, you just kind of almost have to close your eyes and brace for impact.
Caden Wright's the punter. It looked like it was a good snap. He just dropped it. So in there is Jones Hunnemer back at quarterback. Hands off, and he gets it to Owen Whiteeyes. Owen Whiteeyes, first carry of the ball game, nothing doing. He lost some yardage. Several defenders there to take him down. Back at the, looks like they're at the 7-yard line. So second and goal from there. Owen Whiteeyes, a 5'10", 170-pound senior, number 5. 2:45 and counting to go here. Meandering the slot man out to the left side. The wide receiver is Jackson Bastemeyer. Hand off to Whiteeyes. Zigzagging. Makes a couple of tacklers miss inside the 5. Spun around down the down at the 2-yard line, a gain of 5 there. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Nice run in traffic there by Owen Whiteeyes. And actually had put the ball at the 3, so it'll be 3rd and goal from the 3, a gain of 4. Bobcats in no hurry here. Play clock at 20. And they're inside 2 to go now here in this first half. I want to say thanks to Sean Sinclair for being a sponsor of high school sports here. 56-0 Brookings, trying to add to that before halftime here. 2 wide to the left of Hunnemer. Hands it off to Whiteeyes, who had a lot of company in the backfield. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll be 4th and goal. As the Bobcats can't punch it in after having it 1st and goal on their to start the possession, rather. 4th and goal from the inside the 4-yard line, about the 3.5. Coming up on a minute to go. The field goal unit is in there. Blake Canigator, the long snapper. The Bake Show, Baker Hanson, the holder. And the kicker, Drew Johnson. It's going to be a 21-yard field goal from the left hash. Snap is behind him. Baker somehow got it down. Good job by Baker Hanson, and the kick is good. So 59-0, Brookings with the lead. 57 seconds to go in this first half. They'll kick it back to Douglas. When we return, Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Ball returned by number 44, Carson Hicks, and pushed out of bounds by number 87, Levi Yeager. 1st and 10 Douglas, at the 18-yard line.
16-yard return on the kick. 50 seconds to go. Inside a minute to go first half. Bobcats lead 59-0. High backfield behind Coker. To hand it off, and it's a fumble. Ball's on the turf. And who came up with it? It looked like finally somebody from Douglas got on it, and they did. Owen Moninger, number 2, fell on it. And it's a loss back at the 14-yard line.
Tackled by number 36.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
Second down.
Inside 30 with the foot.
I think we should all just take off the headsets and talk.
I hear the Bobcats, and you pick up that fumble, you probably just nail it out. Like, I don't know what else to do here. High backfield behind Coker in the center. One wide to either side. Takes the handoff, throws out to his left. Pump fakes across the 20, angling to the near sideline. Taken down from behind by Bergen Tetzlaff at the 23. A gain of 9. Probably, and that is going to do it for the first half. We finally get to the midway point of this one. 59-0 Brookings. Take a break here. Give our thoughts on the first half. We'll take a look at some unofficial stats with Alan Johnson in a bit. We'll take a look at some scores from other games in South Dakota tonight here in high school football. All that starts in a few minutes. We'll take a break here and back with your halftime show here. The Bobcats leading big at halftime over Douglas, 59-0. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
The Brookings High School marching band is directed by Mr. Isaac McMahon and assisted by Nick Broser. Other staff members include percussion advisor T.O. Nilsson and Chase Jameson, color guard advisor Rebecca Visser, and technicians Ella Moody, Jason Heller, Bria Consinger, Lucas Galvin, Marcus Snace, Henning Broser, Alice Warren, Keith Sturska, Emily Hofer, Kamal Al-Musafi,
Tyson Hirschbrunner. The design team includes Dr. Ward Miller, Kyle Haugen, Julie Hadley, Reese Maltzby, and Taylor Heath. The Brookings High School Marching Band is proud to present its 2025 field show production, Written in the Stars, featuring music by Ryan George, Jacob and Zach Lawson, Enon Zur, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA, along with original compositions by Ward Miller. We take a celestial journey that follows the life of a star from its birth to its death.
Okay, I see where the silver star. Go by the silver is. Okay. I can't see where you are. Oh, I see. Okay. You can get closer, just don't. Just don't go past it.
Drum majors Tristan Hostler, Quinn Olvestad, and Isaiah Vogt. Is your band ready? Brookings High School Marching Band, you may now take the field in halftime exhibition.
In the silence vast and deep, cosmic dust stirs from sleep. Atoms fuse and heat ignites. A sudden spark makes stars' first light. burning bright for many years, till it fades and disappears. Every star must reach its end, and into the cosmos its soul is sent.
Wife Benda, they moved to Brookings. It was in 1971, and as Steve was here in town, he began his 39-year career as a teacher, a counselor, a coach, and the Brookings High School Activities Director. Steve and Benda, they were fortunate to spend their entire educational careers in Brookings and especially enjoyed athletics and the fine arts at the Brookings High School and as well as South Dakota State University. Steve was highly involved in the leadership training and certification programs that were sponsored by the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. He served in leadership roles in the state and national sports organizations during his career as athletics administrator and during retirement. Pretty cool. He was also the recipient of several state and national awards, including the 2010 NHSACA National Athletic Director of the Year, and he was inducted into the Brookings High School Hall of Fame, the SDHSCA, SDI, AAA, and the NIAAA Athletics Hall of Fame. Just tons and tons of things he did for this community, and if people would like to attend next week, his memorial service will be on Thursday, October 23rd at 1:00 p.m. at the First Lutheran Church here in Brookings, South Dakota. But again, just did so much for Brookings High School. He's just one of those names that when you hear Brookings sports, Brookings athletics, Steve Berthus, was a name that will always go hand in hand with the Bobcats.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alec, for that. Appreciate it. We'll take another break here. We'll be back and we'll take a look at some scores and other high school football games in South Dakota here going on tonight. And halftime show continues next. Bobcats lead 59-0 over the Douglas Patriots. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. The Bobcats leading 59-0 over the Douglas Patriots here at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. A win the Bobcats need big. They are in the eighth spot in the power points right now in a AA. Let's take a look at some other scores. The number 1 team, Huron, beating Mitchell 21-3. That is at Joe Quintal Field in Mitchell. 7 minutes left in the third. Watertown is beating up on Sturgis 29-0. And 5 minutes left in the third. Sturgis has been all over the road map on the season in 11 AA. Yankton, the number 2 team, beating up on the number 5 team, T, 24-0. That's in Yankton at Crane Youngworth Field. 9 minutes left in the third in that one. Sioux Falls Lincoln has opened it up against Aberdeen Central. Last time I saw the score, it was 14-7. It is all of a sudden 37-7. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Spearfish, the number 4 team, beating the number 3 team, Pier, 13-0. That's in Spearfish at Lyle Hare Stadium. It seems like if you get Pier off their home field, they're a little bit of a different team. Sioux Falls Jefferson, the number 3 team at 11 AAA, beating Rapid City Central 52-10. That one was the early game at Howard Wood Field tonight. Brandon Valley is the number 1 team. They beat the number 4 team Harrisburg 24-0 tonight as well. And O'Gorman up 35-0 over Rapid City Stevens. O'Gorman, the number 5 team in 11 AAA. That's at halftime. And let's see here. I already did that one. Did 11 AA. Let's go to 11A. West Central, the number 3 team, losing at home to Millbank, 13-7. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. West Central has the ball. Number 5 team, Madison, beating Canton, 40-6 with 5 minutes left in the third. The number 4 team, Lennox, all over Tri-Valley at halftime, 41-0. Sioux Falls Christian, the number 1 team, is beating number 2 team Del Rapids easily, 31-7 right now with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Vermilion up over Dakota Valley, 21-0 with 2 minutes left in the third. Rapid City Christian beating Custer, 41-10. That's at Custer, 1 minute left in the third in that one. And Belfouche beat up on Lakota Tech earlier. That one ended early. 55-0 the final in that one, Belfouche over Lakota Tech. In 11B, Mobridge Pollock 28-26 right now over Dual. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Dual with the ball. Clark Willow Lake is up 35-0 over Webster. Clark Willow Lake, the number 4 team. 8 minutes left in the third in that one. The number 2 team, St. Thomas More, up 49-0 over Lee Deadwood at halftime. Parker 26-13 over Bridgewater Emory Ethan with 1 minute left in the third. And Flandreau and Beersford tied at 14 apiece. After 3, Beersford will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. Mount Vernon Plankinton is up big over the number 3 team, Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central, who I believe is undefeated so far, but they're down 30-0 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Elk Point Jefferson, the number 1 team, is unbeaten. They look to stay that way. They're up 21-6 over Sioux Valley right now. 9 minutes left in the third in that one. That's at Elk Point Jefferson High School. Chamberlain up 24-0 over. Winner up 24-0 over Chamberlain with 9 minutes left in the fourth. Wagner is up 46-0 over Miller Highmore Herald. Wagner, the number 5 team. Groton beating up on Baltic 35-0 as well. I'll have to cut off the scoreboard right there as we're getting ready to start the second half. And Douglas will kick it back to the Bobcats to start things off here, kicking it right to left from our vantage point here. The kicker is Brody Slankoskis, a lefty. He's going to kick it from the 40, a high, short kick, and it will be taken at the 12-yard line by Jude Meandering, looking for a run around the right end and unable to do that. Getting taken down at the 25-yard line, and the clock only ticked off 6 seconds there. So we'll start the second half, 1st and 10, ball at the 25 of the Bobcats after the return by Jude Meandering. I want to say thanks to Pepsi for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Bobcats up 59-0. Now they've wound the clock. So we'll have a running clock here. 2 wide receivers to the right as the starters back in there for at least this drive. Anderson in the gun with Otto Eidsness, I think, to his right. There's that, that's Owen Whiteeyes. Gets the ball, spins away from a tackle, struggling forward, picks up a couple tough yards, finally taken down. He's still struggling to the 30-yard line. Got somehow just about 5 yards out of that. And he was in trouble as soon as he had the ball in his hands. They're going to give him 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
And it is, I think it's Baker Hanson in quarterback. It looked like a number 11.
Oh, Baker Hanson is, he's the third string quarterback. You're right.
From out there, it did look like 11, but then I was like, Gavin looked like he either shrunk a little bit at halftime, but.
Yep, it is Baker Hanson. The Bake Show. 6'2", 180-pound senior. Number 16. He'll have 2 wide out to his left to the far side, so they do have some backups in there. It's a snap, handoff to White Eyes, avoids a tackler, spins away, and hit by his own man. And he's going to lose a couple on this one. And it'll be 3rd and long. There's no real lanes for White Eyes to run. Doing a good job making the first man miss, but there's just too many people there, players there to tackle him.
A juke here or there, a spin move, so I mean he does make something out of nothing, but like you said, just doesn't really have the bigger holes that they had in the first half to gain a few extra yards.
3rd and 8, coming up on 10 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Bobcats huddling up and taking their time. As we're at 10 seconds on the play clock here. 2 wide to the near side to the right of Baker Hanson. H-back left. White Eyes to his right. He fakes the handoff. I think it was supposed to be a read option, a miscalculation in the backfield and miscommunication rather in the backfield, and it'll be 4th and long. He went to fake the handoff, and White Eyes went to run out in like a flare pattern, but 4th and long for the Bobcats. So that'll happen sometimes when you've got some of your backups in there. Miscommunication of some sort, but they'll punt it away. Johnson standing on his own 10. The snap will come from the 26. And here's the kick. Spiral kick, taken at the 38. Fair caught by Slankoskis. 36-yard punt for the Bobcats, and the Patriots will have their, I believe, best field position of the ball game. Out at the 38-yard line, rather. Ball on the left hash. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Inside 9 to go, a running clock. The Bobcats lead big, 59-0 over the Douglas Patriots. Bobcats late getting a player on, but I think they're covered now. 4 wide for the Patriots, a pistol set. Here's the snap and the handoff. Runner across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That was Sandahl there on the tackle for the Bobcats. Number 55, Bryce Redlinger. So it's a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. 2nd and a long 6, maybe 6.5. Bose Construction, sponsor of sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Appreciate them. We tick inside 8 minutes to go. 3rd quarter in a game that's been all Brookings. 59-0. 4 wide again. Coper, the quarterback, hands it off to Hicks, who's taken down. Redlinger there again, this time for a loss of about a yard. Bryce Redlinger. Couple of tackles. First couple plays for Douglas. 3rd and 7 now. Douglas not in much of a hurry either. Trailing 59-0, coming up on 7 to play. 2 wide to either side for Coper. In the pistol. And they got a couple of the defenders to jump off. 2 defenders. Redlinger along with Hoppy. Owen Hoppy and Bryce Redlinger both jumped. They could have picked either one. I believe they picked Hoppy to call it on.
So, if they called it on me, I'd go up to the ref and say, why?
We picking on me for?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
Call it on the other guy.
3rd and 2 with the penalty. Ball at the 46. They've got to get to the 48. Coming up on 6.5 to go. Same set for Coper. High snap. He goes and gets it. Hands it off for Sandahl, who's got the first down across midfield and taken down finally at the 48-yard line. Gain of about 6 there. That'll move the sticks. First time into Bobcats territory for Douglas all night. Wesley Mueller on the tackle for Brookings. Coming up on 6 to go here. 4 wide again for Douglas. Coper in the pistol. Hicks behind him. Here's the snap. Low snap. Wobbly. Gets it. Pitches it to Hicks. Hicks looking for a room around the edge. Gets it cut back in. Out there to turn it in was Hoppy. And he's tackled for a loss of a yard. Nice job by Hoppy, playing his end position well, turning that play in. I'd say a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 coming up. Got to get to the 38-yard line of the Bobcats. Inside 5.5 to go here, third quarter. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System being a sponsor here. First half took a long time. The second half probably won't take as long.
I hope not.
Coming up on 5 minutes to play, we've got a whistle, and just as I say that, I jinx it every time. Timeout by the Douglas Patriots with 5:11 to go in the third quarter. We'll take it with them. Bobcats leading 59-0 here in the third quarter with 5:11 to play. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
In other double action, Keon Mitchell Watertown Sturgis 9-7. Sioux Falls Ball. Deputy Center 7 minutes left in the second. Spearfish leads here 2-0 with 1 minute left in the first.
Bobcat presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. 59-0, all Bobcats. Third quarter, 5:11 to go out of the timeout for Douglas. It will be 2nd and 12. Ball at midfield. And they'll go with 2 backs in the backfield with Coper. 3 wide, 2 to the right side, the far side of the field. And they go option, pitching it to Sandal, who's got some room. Bouncing off tacklers, harrowing across the 45 to about the 43-yard line. That'd be a gain of 7 and bring up 3rd and 3. They're going to say it's 3rd and 6 as they'll give him 6. They're going to put it on the 38-yard line. Or I'm sorry, the 43-yard line, excuse me. And they'll have to get to the 38. So 3rd and 5 coming up. Inside 4.5 to go. I want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance, sponsoring high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Running clock here in the third quarter. So the Bobcats are up big, 59-0. Same set for Douglas. Coper gets the snap, hands it off. No, he kept it. Play action, throw out to the far sideline. Caught, was it? Would have been an interception. They're going to say he was out of bounds. Ashton Baker was there to make a play. Caught it, but didn't keep his foot in bounds. So it'll be 4th down. 4th and 5. Ill-advised throw by Coper. Double coverage.
And is that, I think it was Jude over there as well that was, I think he thought he was going to have an interception. And then Ashton
took it away from
just
him.
kind of took it away. And I think Jude was kind of like, hey, dude, I was going to catch that.
When it's 59-0, you can call somebody out for that. Hey, that was mine. And they're going for it on 4th and 5. Faking the handoff up the middle, pitching out lefts for Sandal. He's going to cut it across the 40 and actually ends up going outside. He's going to have the first down and got just to where he needed to for the first down. That'll move the sticks on 4th and 5. Sandal gets outside and picks up the first down for Douglas. Ball at the 37. So the misdirection works. So we've got 2:45 and counting to go, third quarter. I'll go with 1 wide to either side, and I backfield behind Coper. Ball on the left hash. He's going to fake the handoff, rolling out on the play action, cuts it up, tucks it, and he's going to be hit, taken down across the 35 to the 33, a gain of about 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up as we approach 2 minutes to play. Oh, bootleg action right there. Couldn't get outside. Picks up 4 yards, cutting it up. 2nd and 6 upcoming. They've got to get to the 27-yard line for a first down. Four wide for Douglas as they're in the pistol. High snap, handoff to Hicks, who's going to zigzag his way up the gut. Across the 30, lowers his shoulder across the 25 to the 24-yard line, a gain of 9. Carson Hicks picks up some good yardage there. Another first down for the Patriots. By far their best drive of the night. Caden Wrights, the punter, also a backup quarterback, is out there. I believe I've got that number right. Is that number 12?
Yep.
He's in the pistol once again. Trips right for Wrights. And Hicks behind him, a high snap. He bobbles it. It goes to the turf. He has to fall on it at the 32 or 33-yard line. Be a loss of about 8 yards as they'll put it on the 32. So 2nd and long coming up. Second time Wrights has had a hard time with the snap. The first one was on a punt. That one was a good snap. This one was a bit high. He alertly falls on it, and it's 2nd and 18. They've got to get to the 14 for a first down. Brookings School District, another sponsor of sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. 20 seconds to go, third quarter. Trips right again for Wrights in the pistol. Sandall this time behind him. A high snap, he goes and gets it and pitches it out to Sandall, who's in trouble, looking for room. Avoids 2 tacklers, finally taken down at the 34, a gain of 2. And he was taken down by number 33, Wesley Mueller. It's going to do it for the third quarter, 59-0. And 3rd and long for Douglas when we start the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
At this time, we would like to give a shout out to tonight's game sponsor, Century Business.
Century Products has been a proud provider of the most reliable steel saw, tools, and printing for the for 40 years. You know, the opportunity
Visit ccpower.com. That's ccpower.com. Go Bobcats.
Start of the fourth quarter. Douglas will be going left to right from our vantage point here in the press box at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. And it is 3rd and 20. In the pistol, and had a hard time handling the snap again, did Wrights. He picks it up, goes deep down the middle, and we've got an incomplete pass as several players were there. And it looked like Mason Lauber wanted pass interference, didn't get the call. Several Bobcats were there. One of which was the very tall Levi Yeager, 6'4", 180-pound sophomore. They might want to remeasure him. 6'4" seems short. Shorter than him, not short. Doesn't seem short. Seems shorter than he is. I'm over here talking about 6'4" being short.
Couldn't imagine being that small.
4th and 20. Douglas will go for it here. Ball on the 34 of Brookings. 4 wide in the pistol set. Hicks the back, now slot man, motion right to left, and it's Coper going deep, has his man, catches it inside the 10 and rumbles into the end zone. That was number 11, Jackson Montalvo. There on the coverage for the Bobcats was Mason Funderburg, number 38, but it's a touchdown. Big play for the Patriots. They get on the board.
Nice ball, too, there from right in the 4th and 20. He knew he was going to have to get rid of it. Brookings has been applying good pressure all night, so a nice ball there from Connor Wright right on the money to Montalvo for the 34-yard touchdown.
Montalvo, 6'6", 185-pound senior. That's what you do is you throw it up to your tall guys. And they get on the board, 59-6. And they're going to go for 2. Coper under center. Hands it off to Sandahl, who's at the goal line and bullied his way across against several defenders. And the 2-point conversion is good. It is 59-8. Bobcats with the lead, 10:58 to go in the third quarter. Or rather the fourth quarter, excuse me. Douglas will kick it to Brookings. They'll kick off for the first time after a score on the night when we return in 30 seconds. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Let's see what's coming up at BHS with our high upcoming events. On Saturday, volleyball girls versus Super Bowl Interpreters to Brandon. On Monday, JV football girls play BHS Patriots Wednesday in the next action. Varsity football is next Thursday. In the Kellogg game of the week.
Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Well, we've got a kickoff for Douglas for the first time after a score in the game. They kicked off to open up the second half as well. I didn't even realize they had a lefty kicker until the start of the second half. Slankauskas has it teed up at the 40, center of the field. Comes the kick. High, short, meandering, takes it at the 20, near the left sideline, looking for a block, picking his way out to the 30. Be a 10-yard kick return by Jude Meandering, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. We got 10:48 to go. Clock stopped for a moment after the kickoff here. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets for being a sponsor of high school sports. Appreciate you being along. It's been a good night for the Bobcats, a win they needed as they sit in that 8th spot in the power points. A little under 3/10 of a point ahead of Aberdeen Central, who's getting worked by Lincoln down at Howard Wood Field tonight. So that'll help in the standings for the Bobcats as well. Too wide to the far side of the field, to the right of Baker Hanson. He hands it off. And running back out across the 30 to the 32, a gain of 2. And in the game for the first time is Colton Walsh, 6'3", 185-pound freshman, number 23. Picks up a couple yards. First carry of the season. Clock running, 10 minutes to go. I want to say thanks to Century 21 Krogman and Company, sponsoring high school sports here. Walsh to the left of Hanson. He's got an H-back right. 2 wide receivers to the near side to his left. It's the short side of the field. Here's the snap. Hand off to Walsh. He's going to get around the right edge. Trying to use his speed. He's going to get it. The edge. He's got enough for a first down. But we've got a flag in the backfield during the play. I'm guessing this one's coming back. Walsh showing good speed there, though. We'll wait the call here. It is going to be a hold.
Number 48, 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Trying to hear the number.
Yeah, dude.
Thought he said 48, but I don't know if there's a 48 out there.
There is.
That'd be Milliron. Jacob Milliron, 5'8", 165-pound junior, number 48.
We'll go with him.
thought that's what they said. Haven't been able to hear them as well as a lot of other nights. We're going to go with 2 wide to the near side, the short side of the field for Hansen once again. Hansen in the gun. Walsh to his left. Has an H-back right. Back to pass. Throws down the near sideline. And back shoulder throw to his receiver is right on his hands, and he's upset he didn't come up with it. That's number 83, Caden Walsh, 6'3", 185-pound freshman. Must be the twin brother of Colton Walsh. I'm putting that together. But it's 3rd and long. That was a nice throw by Baker.
Really nice throw.
And Walsh just unable to bring it in. He was upset. He pounded the turf after he missed it. Same set for the Bobcats. We're inside 8 to play here. Hansen in the shotgun. It's the snap. Back to pass. Looking left. Going on and out. And he overthrows his man that time. Had him open, just unable to drop it in there. Jackson Bastemeyer. And it's 4th and long. Nice play call.
Yeah,
and he didn't miss him by much, but just, beauty of the running clock.
Running clock. You can throw it. You can work some stuff in.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be upset after a couple of incompletions because that clock is still ticking.
Baker throws a nice ball. Comes out of his hand pretty easy. Johnson on to punt, kicks it across midfield, bounces at the 46, takes a Bobcats bounce. They'll let it roll inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 40-yard punt. Actually, a 50-yard punt, rather, a good Bobcats bounce.
Timeout.
Again, the math.
Douglas.
It's too hard.
Second of the half.
They're going to put it on the 29-yard line. It'll be first down for the Patriots. We've got a timeout on the field. We will take it with them. 59-8. Brookings leads. 6:54 to go in the 4th quarter. Patriots ball 1st and 10 on their own 29 when we come back. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. 6:54 to play. 1st and 10 for Douglas on their own 29-yard line. 59-8 Brookings. Running clock. 4 wide. For Wrights. Hands it off to Sandahl. Running right side. That's Cale Allen across the 35 to the 36. Gain of about 7 would bring up 2nd and 3. We're inside 6.5 to go here. Want to say thanks to Kelly Odegaard, Best Choice Real Estate, sponsor of high school sports here. We're switching up quarterbacks sporadically here. Caden Wright's back in there. And they'll go with the same set. 4 wide, 2 to either side in the pistol, with Cale Allen, the running back, behind Wrights. It's the snap. Wright's rolling to his left, throwing on the run, and was it caught? Be no gain either way. And I think it is. They're going to say it was caught by Mason Lauber. So 3rd and 3. Well, they're going to say incomplete. Sorry.
I thought they just said it was complete too, though.
And then the ref just put his hands out and waved incomplete. So okay. I don't know what's going on. 3rd and 3 either way. There was no gain on the play, but they put it on the right hash, so must not have been a catch. As he caught it over on the left side, to the far side of the field. 4 wide. Pistol set again for Wrights. There's the handoff to Allen. It's going to be hit. Struggling forward, finally taken down. First one there for the Bobcats was number 57, Gage Larson. Got help from a couple of teammates, one of which was number 44, Rogan Hayter. 4th and a yard coming up here. Guessing Douglas will probably just go for it, try to pick up the yard. Ball on the 38 of Douglas. They've got to get to the 39. We're inside 5 to play here. Appreciate you being along. Want to say thanks to Brookings Power Sports for being a sponsor. They stick with the same set. 4 wide, pistol set, rights, with Allen behind him. Here's the snap. Going to hand it off to Allen right up the gut, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to lose yardage. A couple of Bobcats were there. The 2 that hit him first were number 46, James Fitzpatrick, and number 55, Bryce Redlinger, in on another play. And they hold. Nice job by the defensive line of the Bobcats, shutting down the play.
Here you go. We've been looking up during those timeouts, most points scored in a Bobcat game. I mean, this is your chance. Field position, we had found 63 back in 2020. They put up against Spearfish. 62 was put up a couple times in the 2014-2015 year, and that was actually Carter Gordon's senior year. They put up 62 a couple of times that year as well. So running clock here could make it tough, but good field position. Touchdown here and get you up to
third of the half.
65.
Yeah.
Extra point, 66.
66 with the extra point, but it's, it's record on the line, we think.
I don't know, the statistician, Aaron Jornby, who knows all, I mean, he's been doing the research up there, so I trust him.
He says 63, I believe it.
I trust him.
Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick one with them. 3:53 to play here. 59-8, rather, Bobcats lead with 3:53 to go. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. .345 to go here, running clock. Bobcats with the ball, 1st and 10 on the Douglas 36. 2 wide to the far side for Baker Hansen to his right, handoff right up the gut. And that was again to Colton Walsh, the freshman, number 23. Picks up about a yard, maybe 2. 2nd and a short 9, long 8 coming up here. As we are coming up on 3 minutes to play, I want to say thanks to Innovation Village being a sponsor. Bobcats in no hurry, leading 59-8. It was 59-0 at halftime. They brought in the 3rd string, most of the 3rd string in the second half. Baker Hansen's thrown a couple of nice balls. 2 wide to the near side, to his left, the short side of the field, in the gun. And he hands it off to Walsh, who's going to try to get around the outside. He uses his speed, and he's got that long stride, and he's quick for a tall kid. Gets around the outside and taken down out of bounds, or ushered out of bounds on the far sideline at the 32.
Ball carried out of bounds by number 23, Colton Walsh.
So it'll be 3rd.
Out of bounds by number 45,
and about 6 coming up here. 2:20 to go here in the ball game. Ball in the 32. Got to get to about the 26 for a first down. Baker better hustle up. We're inside 10. He just got to the huddle. He galled out the play pretty quick. Baker Hansen in at quarterback, 2 wide. The short side of the field to his right. Hands it off to Walsh, who's hit immediately at the 34 and driven back. They'll give him forward progress to the 34, a loss of 2. Now they move back to the 35, a loss of 3. And we're at 1:45 to go to bring up 4th and about 8. The offense will stay out there for Brookings. Baker Hansen running over to get the play call from the sideline. Keep the clock running here. I want to say thanks to Winks, being a sponsor of high school sports here. First half of this ball game took about 40 minutes. The first quarter, rather, of the game took about 40 minutes. And second half's gone much quicker because of the running clock. Minute 15 to go. And the play clock is at 1, and the Bobcats saw that and take a timeout before their 4th and 9 play. We'll take a quick timeout with them. Bobcats lead 59-8 with a minute 9 to go in the ball game. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. We've got 1:09 to play here. Bobcats lead 59-8. 4th and 9 on the 35 of Douglas. Back to pass. Baker flushed out to his right, rolling on, has the man wide open at the stick and across the 25, now across the 20. A completion to number 33, Wesley Mueller. That's a gain of about 16 there on 4th and 9. Nice connection. Nice job by Baker Hansen rolling out and buying himself some time and finding a wide open Wesley Mueller. Baker Hansen showing some flashes here in the second half. Looking like could be a quarterback of the future for the Bobcats.
And you got to expect he will be the starter next year with losing Gavin Anderson and Jones Hunnemer as seniors. So good to get him some varsity playing time under his belt before next year.
We got a kneel down, but there was somebody coming around the edge. I think the referee just said, you know what, I'm not throwing a flag because we're going to get out of here. 59-8, going to be the final in this one. That is going to do it for the game. Bobcats come up with a big win. Again, they're coming into tonight sitting in 8th in the power points. A little less than 0.3 of a point ahead of Aberdeen Central with the win, and Aberdeen Central loss. That will widen, and it just depends on what Watertown does. If Brookings is going to be 8th heading into next week or possibly 7th. Last I checked, Watertown was winning, but we'll check those scores here in the postgame in just a bit. We'll take a break. We'll give our thoughts on this one. We'll have some unofficial stats with Alec Johnson. I believe Coach Carter Gordon is going to join us in the booth, and we will pick our Outlaw Graphics player of the game before closing up shop here from Dana J. Dykow Stadium. The Bobcats win at home 59-8 over Douglas to improve to 4-4 on the season. Douglas falls to 0-8. Your postgame is next. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings